welcome back to my channel. So today I have a collaboration video for you. It is I think we've called it comfort polishes. So I've sort of gone from the comfort stroke nostalgic point of view, and I had to stop myself from pulling polishes out because there are literally so many that I could have shared with you. So they're not in any order. First up, we've got this one from Rimmel. This is called Portobello Pink, and as you can see from the fill line, this was a very popular one for me. One of my what I'm going to say is original collection. So when I say original collection, I'm going to say like in the first, probably the first 60 polishes that I've owned, which yes, is not small, but for me that was small. So this is one that I went back to a lot. I actually bought it. I used to work in a chemist and I actually got it then, so I did buy quite a few of the Rimmel polishes back then. But this was a favourite. It's a really pretty pink, and it still is. Dare I check the formula? Let's see. Oh, it's a bit gloopy, but do you know what? I could still get somewhere out of that with a bit of thinner. I really need to get myself some thinner. So there's Portobello Pink from Rimmel, and it was one of their 60 seconds line. Some more from Rimmel. So another one that you will know because I've talked about it a lot is this one. So this is a Rimmel Pro. So they're slightly bigger bottles than the others. And this one's called Hot Gossip. This is my go-to. Again, you can see from the fill line how much I've worn it. This is still, the formula is still fine. There's just something about this polish with that little shimmer in there that I've just always loved. And I searched for a very long time to get a backup of this one. And I did finally get one off Vinted, and it does seem to be the same. It probably isn't exact because this is from a different line. This is from the Wear Max, but I'm hoping it will be sort of close enough. I presume it's based on the original Hot Gossip. Okay, then we have a Ciate. Now I've got both of them because I've actually got two of this. So Ciate was another brand that I discovered quite early on through Glossybox, and one year I also had the advent calendar. So this is Moon Dust, and this is a really pretty one. And I just, yeah, I really wanted this one, so it took me a while to get it, but then for some reason I now have two. And I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if I was gifted one. I don't know. But these are obviously minis. I really thought I had a full size of this one, but I can't find it. So I'm guessing maybe not. So that is Moon Dust from Ciate. Okay, next up we have a Zoya. I hate the lids on these. I hate the rubber lids. They're just disgusting because no matter what I do and how many times I use whatever on it, it always ends up sticky again. This one, it's not got much of a fill line, but I have actually worn this one a lot, and it's one of the pixie dusts, so it is a little bit textured. This one is called Stevie, and this was my first Zoya, and my brother's called Steve, so the name was sort of partially what pulled me towards it, as well as that I wanted a pixie dust. And this is obviously like, well, it's more of a probably a lilac, do you think? Pinky lilac, but yeah, this is just an all-round pretty polish. I haven't actually worn it for a while. Maybe this one will come back out this year. Like I say, looking through my polishes, there were quite a lot that I thought, oh yeah, there was that one, and you know, the sort of comfort or nostalgic polishes. Formula X. So some of this is more brand than the actual polish itself, and that's this for the Formula X's. I've got a small collection of them. These just remind me of when I used to watch Miss Jen Fabulous, when these polishes first came out. This one is called, where are we? Fathom, and it's a gorgeous blue. But like I say, I do have a small collection, and I just can't part with these. I do, like, I mean, I try to wear polishes as much as possible, but when you've got these big collections, it can't always be done. But this one, yeah, so Formula X is definitely a bit of a comfort brand for me. Just the brand itself, because it reminds me of those early days, trying to do some nail art, you know, when I was first getting into YouTube and stuff. I hadn't even started my channel or anything by then. Next up, we have a CBL. This one is what I wore when I had my second little boy. This one's called Sugar and Spice from the Mild and Wild collection. This has, I'm going to put the photo up so you can see just how much this one has faded. I'm not sure why it's faded so badly, because it's not been in like a different position or any of my other polishes, so I'm not sure why this faded so much, but I need to re-swatch this one really. But this one, just when I look at it, just makes me think of my little boy, so that's another comfort one for me. We've got 90, and this one is B+, one of my favourites. As you can see from the fill line, this is one that I've worn a lot as well, and I've gone back to. So yes, all of us girls and boys with big collections, we do go back to polishes, you know, as much as possible. Yeah, this is just such a nice jelly base with these red and black glitters in. I did put it on last Halloween. It has gone a bit gloopy, so that'll be another one that perhaps needs rescuing for a couple more wears. I don't always get rid of polishes either, so ones that I've really loved, if I've finished them, I sometimes do tend to hang on to the bottles, because the polishes you can't get anymore. So I am a bit of a hoarder, I'm not going to lie. Then we've got Pretty Serious. This again is another brand that I think most people will find a comfort brand, because, you know, this was one of my earlier on indie polishes. This is Princess Plutonium, which was very, very popular, and this is one that I went back to a lot. Again, not so much in recent years, but then when you pull all these polishes out, it makes you want to put them all back on again. So that was a Pretty Serious. Unfortunately, they don't make polishes anymore. Okay, we've got a couple of Barry M's, and I should imagine for a lot in the UK, Barry M is a bit of a comfort one, because, you know, these have been making polishes for such a long time, and it was probably one of the first brands again that I bought from, and they're at good price points still, which is always helpful, especially these days. So I was actually inspired by Kat Von D. Look at that gold sparkling in the sun, to get these particular colours. I used to be a very big Kat Von D fan and used to watch LA Ink all the time, and I saw some sort of colours on her nails and I was like, I need those colours. So we have this one, which is Barry M's Gold Glitter. You can see from the label how old this is. As you can see from the fill line, I've nearly used all of it. It is gloopy, I'm not going to lie. I don't know if I could save it, but yeah, this holds a very special place in my heart, this nail polish. So that one was Gold Glitter. And then there's this one, which is Cobalt Blue. And it is a gorgeous, gorgeous blue. Again, you can see the fill line on that one. This one I wore a lot. Haven't worn it for a long time, and looking at it now, I'm like, oh, I should wear that one soon. So I really need to start thinking about going back to some older polishes, I think, for a bit. Oh, okay, we've then got China Glaze. Now, this one, believe it or not, is the same colour, but it's not. So this is both of these called Turned Up Turquoise. This one now, I believe this one is the original formula. As you can see, fill line on that one. This is one that I wore a lot and absolutely loved. And I tried to get a backup, and the one that I ordered came, and it was this colour. As you can see, Turned Up Turquoise. So the numbers on the bottom are the same, but they're two different. I think some people said maybe one was like a UK formula and the other US formula, but I don't know. I definitely prefer my original bottle, and several times I've gone to destash this one, but I just can't do it either. So that one is Turned Up Turquoise from China Glaze. I've got two native war paints that I tend to reach for the most. So these are both from the Friends collection. So we've got this one, which is Gum Would Be Perfection, and it's a pink, which is surprising, but it's just a gorgeous polish, and I've reached for this one several times. I'm just really love it when it's on my nails. I am a big Friends fan as well, obviously. And then we have this one, which is I got off the plane. I think both of these I got from D-Stashes. So this one's more of a black, but with like a multicolour sparkle running through it. But again, both really nice polishes that I have gone back to a lot of times. So I would count them as comfort ones. We've got an Essie. So we've got this one, which is called, where are we? Oops, you can see the bottle has got sort of a bit of, whatchamacallit there, a bit of sun damage. So this one's called Viva Antigua. This was a really popular one again. You can see the fill line coming on that. It's kind of got this sparkle in the bottle. I don't think it shows up as much on the nail, but this was a really, really popular one that I used to love and I've worn lots of times. So one of my comfort Essies. I'm sure there's probably a couple of others that I've gone back to a few times, but this is one that sticks out for me. Then we've got a Glam polish, of course. Glam, as you know, is my sort of one of my favourite brands, and it's probably my comfort brand. I always wear a lot of Glam. This one is one of my favourites from them. This one is called Dr. Sleep, and it is stunning. I just love this combo. So I just knew that this had to come in here. I wanted to wear this one. I keep going to wear it again, and then I'm not sure why I don't, but yeah, definitely love this one and love all my Glams. And the last one I'm going to share with you today is this one. This is a polish from Illamasqua. They don't make polishes anymore. This one is called Poke. I'm sure there will be many of you who own this one. I can't even remember where we used to buy them from. But this is a favourite. This is just a gorgeous colour purple. And the Illamasqua brand is more, I guess, the more the nostalgic part of it for this one. But Poke was always a go-to for me with the Illamasquas. So that's my collection for today. Like I say, there are others. There's quite a few other Rimmels I could have shared with you, but perhaps I should do a Rimmel collection video for that, because a lot of them are quite old. There's a couple more indies that I could have pulled out. Like I say, there's loads. This was just sort of brushing the surface. So maybe we'll do a backup video at some point. Don't forget to check out everybody else's videos. I'm not sure how many of us are taking part in this one, to be honest. But there will be some of the usual suspects. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Don't forget to leave me a thumbs up and a comment. What are your comfort or go-to polishes? And I will see you next time. Oops. Bye.